What's up, ladies and gentlemen, back again with another video, and I'm here with my special guest, Colonial Carnage.
Wow, hello.
You catch all his content on Twitch and some of his old YouTube videos on here as well. Now we're here to do a movie review on 28 years later.
Yes, or 28 inches later.
He's cracking jokes today, guys.
Yes, I am.
All right, so the title's quite obvious, right? The title speaks for itself.
Which one?
Well, the 28 years later. You naughty boy.
I'm pretty sure they know what I'm talking about the title.
The title. It's probably referring to the infected.
Yes.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of nudity in this movie.
Is there?
Well, yeah. Well, not from like the living, but from the infected.
I didn't notice.
You're just being sarcastic. All right, now we're here to talk about this movie. What you call it? If you guys seen my previous reviews, I did review 28 Days Later and 28 Years Later. My buddy over here, Colonial Carnage, he's a big fan of this franchise. Yeah. You know more about the lore than I do, right?
Wait, what?
The lore.
Oh, okay.
Like the mythology of the series, you know?
For me, I heard something different. It sounded like you said the Lord. I'm like, okay.
Well, you expect me to pull out a Bible and start reading verses?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure you do have a Bible in your jacket.
It's not lying.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyways, we're here to talk about the movie.
Yes.
Now, the movie stars Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's been in numerous franchises, the Marvel movies,
yes.
The two Kick-Ass movies.
Yes.
And Craven the Manhunter?
Craven the Hunter.
See, I couldn't even remember the name correctly.
And I you should know because like he's part of in the Marvel universe.
Well, he's like a super villain in the comics, right?
Yes, and he's like one of Spider-Man's villains.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, no, he looks different.
I thought you were a fan of Spider-Man. Get it together.
Yeah, well, I gotta reread my comics. So it stars Aaron Taylor Johnson, Alfie Williams, who's the son in the movie, and then Dr. Kelson, played by Ralph Fiennes, who starred in a Jennifer Lopez movie in the 2000s. I think it was like The Wedding Planner or Made in Manhattan, one of the two.
Yeah.
He plays the doctor in the movie.
Yes.
You know, and the opening scene of the movie, well, I guess you could say it was kind of like, it was like an epic movie scene, kind of similar to like the previous movie.
Yes. You
know, where it starts out slow and then the carnage starts to take over, you know. And then, of course, a lot of people bring up the Teletubby references. So who still watches the Teletubbies? Yeah. You know, which wouldn't be surprised if that ever becomes in the public domain. They turn that into a freaking Teletubby horror movie. Yeah. Like they did with Mickey Mouse and Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yes.
You know, but yeah, the opening was pretty cool for like setting the tone of the movie. Then we get to know the father and son of the movie.
Yes.
You know,
and the mother.
And the mother.
Well, kind of a little bit of the mother.
Yeah.
Until, like near the end of the movie.
Yeah. Well, because like she's in there, but she doesn't really play a major role till the second half of the movie.
Yeah.
The first half, it's the father and son relationship, and then the second half, it's
the mother and son relationship.
Yeah. So you kind of get exposition on both sides.
Yes.
You know. Not to mention, throughout the film, he kind of changes his perception on how he views his father. Yeah. You know, so I'm saying it without giving away too much details because I want people to actually go watch the movie. Yeah. You know, but no, they also show how the infected or the zombies have like evolved since the last two movies.
Yes, and how they pretty much what you just said, changed, and their way of thinking.
Yeah, which they've had like their own. Well, they describe one of the infected as like Alpha. Yeah. It's like the final boss of the freaking zombies or the infected. Yes. Because it can't be easily killed. No. Like they were lucky enough to kill that one that was chasing them. Yeah. You know, when they were trying to make it back to the gate. Yeah. You know. But
that Alpha those alphas, man. They're hanging.
Yeah. So it looked like the movie was gonna have a bad ending. Right there, it's like, oh, they're done for.
Yes.
You know, but yeah, it shows the evolution of the infected and how much they look very differently compared to the last two. Not to mention the setting of the movie, because the setting of the first two movies took place in different cities, right, in the UK.
Yeah. There's obviously where a small island that's connected to the main island, and that's where the main characters are from.
Yeah, that's why we see all the beautiful cinematography in the countryside.
Yes.
And then the father and son, as well as the wife, they're part of this own little community.
Yes.
Where they have like a whole set of rules and things.
And whatnot.
Yeah. You know, like, oh, if you got to make sure you make it back in one piece, I guess, when they close the gates on you and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and then
there's no search rescue if you're out there too long.
Yeah. So, you know, the stakes are pretty high on this one.
Yeah.
And then people thought, for some reason, I guess, the lead of the first movie, Cillian Murphy, they thought he was in this movie because of that one zombie.
Yeah.
But he had to state, no, that was not him. That was not him in the movie.
Yeah.
Even though in the credits of the movie it says he was one of the executive producers for this movie.
Yeah.
You know. But apparently he's going to be back for the sequel.
Yeah, if there is a sequel.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like apparently, I guess they brought back Alex Garland, the original writer, and Danny Boyle, who directed the first movie. Because the second movie was under a different director, and they only had Danny Boyle and Alex Garland as, I guess, producers for 28 weeks later.
Yeah.
You know, so this is kind of back to, I guess, its original form.
Yes.
You know, this looks like it was made under a much higher production value than the first movie, because I believe the first one was made under $8 million.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, so the difference in picture and camera quality.
Oh, are they gonna say like a difference between budgets?
Well, yeah, that too. Well, because even the second film was made under $15 million.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And they got your boy Hawkeye in there in the second film.
Yeah. Jeremy Renner, yeah, he's one of the leads.
Yes, instead of shooting arrows, he's shooting bullets. And he does not miss.
A little prequel before he became, he changed his weapon.
Yeah.
You know.
And different type of hero.
Yeah, different type of hero. He's like a military guy.
Yes.
You know. So, in this film, it mostly focuses on, I guess, as the son played by Alfie Williams, he's like the lead of the movie, and you get to understand the father and son dynamic as well as the mother and son dynamic of the movie. And of course, there are some horrific scenes in the film.
Yeah.
There are some scenes that are real intense.
Yeah, very intense, like to the point you think that so and so may or may not die.
Yeah. So they were creative on that part. And then when you think there's a character that gets introduced, you think you're going to see them throughout the rest of the film, and they kind of just they pull a swerve on you.
Yeah.
You know.
Like this guy got this one over here got attached to one of the characters. I cannot say who.
Yeah. So they
pull a swerve on you.
Yeah, they pull a swerve on you. You know, and then when they do that, they end up like introducing somebody else along the way. You know. But it's a different take, or I guess an expand on, I guess, the universe of this franchise, you know, which you may or may not like, because I guess I've already heard other people's reviews on it. You know, some people have liked this movie, other people not so much.
Yeah.
You know, of course, we're gonna give our take on this thing, you know. Knowing that you're a very big fan of the franchise, I'm pretty sure you have plenty to say.
I could agree on you on what you're telling your viewers. It's very dramatic, suspense, and drama. And I know, not for your mama, okay? No, just putting it out there. And horror, you know, of course. And yeah, pretty much it is there. And you get to meet one of the characters that were kind of introduced in the beginning of the movie, but at the end of the movie.
Yeah. So it does good, I guess, on character development, exposition, and backstory before it gets... Well, it kicks off the movie with the carnage, and then you get into all that, to... The opening of the movie sets the tone for it.
Yes.
And then the rest of it, we get into the whole storytelling.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-hour movie, but it goes by pretty fast.
It does.
Because before we knew it, we were already, leaving the theater.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, okay, that's the end of it.
Yes.
Which some people thought it was either underwhelming or other people were satisfied.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the first 2 films that I watched.
So did I. I enjoyed the first 2 films. And for my rating for this third film, I give it 8 out of 10 and 4.5 stars.
4.5 stars. Okay. 8 out of 10, 4.5 stars.
And you, Domino Effect, what would you rate it?
Okay. So when you're going 8 out of 10, you're talking about the Richter scale, right?
Yes.
1 through 10.
Yes.
Okay. I probably would give it a solid 7 out of 10.
Okay. And stars?
Stars, I'd probably give it so like a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. So that's what I thought about it. I didn't think the movie was bad like some people made it out to be.
Yeah.
In fact, I got more invested in the characters than anything. So I wanted to know where it was going to go next, especially when they had all these other characters introduced in the movie that I'm not trying to mention right now because I want people to actually go see the film.
Yes, go see it. And you be the judge if you like the movie or not.
Yeah, well, because this is just our point of view.
Yes.
So if those that are watching already seen the movie, I want you guys to leave a comments below. Did you guys like 28 Years Later? Did you not dislike it? Do you have a favorite film in the franchise? The first movie, the second one, the current one that we're just reviewing right now.
Yeah.
Let us know. Comment below. If you want to check out any future content, you can find him on Twitch, where he'll be streaming every now and then, and you can find his other content on his old YouTube channel. As far as me, I got a whole catalog of movie reviews you can check out here on the channel, as well as others numerous content such as my DVD and Blu-ray haul videos, my fun and adventurous YouTube vlogs, and others numerous content. So if you want to stick around for more, then make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys around for next video. Have a great day now. Peace.